What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, aka ThatSportsGamer, here with the nicest episode of Bullpen Banter, number 69, kicking off season 3 of Bullpen Banter. We got some great news today. We got the MLB The Show 18 gameplay trailer, and there were also two videos, one on IGN and one on GameSpot, where Ramon went on with them and talked about some gameplay stuff. We'll get into that after we kind of go through a little breakdown of the trailer. I got a whole list of notes, almost 2 pages here of notes. This is just screenshots I took from the trailer. I think I had something like 17 screenshots in the first 8 seconds of the trailer because there is a ton to talk about. So very excited to be talking about the stuff with you guys. I've missed you. It's been a while since we did a Bullpen Banter episode. So I'm very happy to have you guys in the chat, watching the live stream, and if you're downloading and listening to the podcast later, I also appreciate you as well. And if you want to get to the podcast, you can go to ThatSportsGamer.com. On the right, you'll see a little area where it says subscribe to Bullpen Banter. You can do that there in your podcast players of choice, your iTunes, your Pocket Casts, your Google Play, and all that goodies. So yeah, again, lots of stuff, gameplay trailer, and then the 2 videos that we're going to break down tonight. Just going to go through the trailer as the trailer happened, pretty much. Hopefully we don't miss anything. If I do miss something, throw it in the chat. I'll be paying attention. Though I got this ring light. I got 2 lights over here. I can't see anything. I got a big circle where the chat is right now. So I'm ready to go, I guess. Let's hop right in here. First image. Technically, this is the second image that you see in the trailer. The first one is a man in a Yankees jersey walking to the plate. We will talk about that at the end when he is officially revealed. But let's hop in here. First up, we got the Angels closer, new legend to the game, Troy Percival. If you don't remember him, he's squinted a lot. And actually, there's a part, if you slow down this this trailer and go frame by frame, it literally looks like he doesn't have any eyes because he squints so much. You may remember him from being a 4-time All-Star and a 2002 World Series champion. Troy Percival had some great seasons. Had a couple where he had 12.5 strikeouts per 9, sub-1 whips, putting together 36, 42, 31, 44 saves, ended his career with 358 saves, 1.108 whip. So this is going to be a nasty little pitcher here. New one for your bullpens in MLB The Show 18. Next guy's also going to be a new bullpen guy for you. Mouse with the call out to my hat. If you watched the trailer, you've already seen this hat today. The Nationals are wearing this in part of the trailer. Actually, maybe in the screenshot that we'll look at later, we might see this hat. This is the Nationals. I believe it's Memorial Day. I forget what year. I believe I actually bought this hat during my bachelor party. A bachelor party. We took a trip, went to Philly, watched a game, went to Washington, watched a game, and had some good fun down there. I believe that's when I bought this hat. I think so. Always a big fan of the alternate hats. As I said from 2 years ago, then this is definitely not the hat I bought during my bachelor party, because that was about 8 years ago. So where's that hat? It's somewhere around here then. As I said, another guy coming to the bullpen. That's going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Lee Smith from the Cubs. Played with the Cubs, played with a whole bunch of teams, played with the Cubs, Cardinals, Red Sox, Angels, Expos, Cincy, Yankees. I forgot he played for the, when did he play for the Yankees? Played for the Yankees in 93 for a hot second, only pitched 8 innings. And Baltimore, 7-time All-Star, 3 times Rolaids reliever of the year. Beastly guy, 478 saves. I have no idea how this man is not in the Hall of Fame. 1.256 whip for his career. Also 8.7 strikeouts per 9. In his best seasons, had 12.2 strikeouts per 9, 12.4 strikeouts for a little cup of coffee, and a bunch of over 10s throughout his career. So again, he's going to be pretty nasty coming out of the pen as a new closer this year for you. Let's keep it going here. A new thing that we're going to talk about a little bit more later on. Here you can see an Indians player showing off some emotion on the base paths. That's going to be something we talk about a little bit more later on. That's a new thing for this year. They're going to have more emotion for the pitchers and base runners and stuff, so you can see some facial expressions, little fist pumps, little clappy hands. Next up, we get this shot of a plane or no, I guess it's a bus, because those windows look a little bit too big for a plane. So I'm guessing some Road to the Show stuff. Maybe we'll have some more interactions on the bus, some more interactions outside of the on the field stuff, and just the coach's office. So maybe this will be something with, getting to be friends with your teammates. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something like, you're a shortstop, you're riding on the bus with your second baseman buddy, you're talking, and somehow you get better chemistry, or your defense goes up or something. I think those would be cool things. Ramon did mention in one of the streams they will have a whole thing dedicated to Road to the Show later. Also, at the end of this, we will discuss the schedule that they have, that they've put out. So, Road to the Show stuff coming soon. Also in the trailer, they showed off a whole bunch of new hairstyles and beards. We can look at those real quick. We got the Jersey Shore and a fade beard here. A fade round with the chin strap goatee. Short thin with the woodsman, which you can't really see because my face is covering it. We got the full bald with the sweetest of chin musics. Also, you can see here, I believe they've redone all of the skin tone textures again this year. I think they redid them last year, or maybe the year before. Now they've redone them again. We got the Wild Thing with full beard A here. The Jersey Shore and the Animal beard. The Faux Hawk, which is what I'll probably be rocking, because that's just how I roll. And full beard A. Maybe I'll rock the Jersey Shore, just cause I'm from Jersey. Short, tall top and full beard A here in this pick. We got some spiky hair. Actually, this is probably what I'll go with. You can't see it because it's a little short now. And then he's got the King Tut that they added, I believe, last year for Felix Hernandez. Medium slick black and the Step Up beard. Fade round and the Dictator beard. Then we got a picture of the Conquest map. Looks like Conquest is going to be pretty much the same. I didn't really notice anything from the images. The map looks the same. Everything kind of looks the same. Hopefully there's some improvements to Conquest this year that'll be worth talking about. I mentioned earlier there were going to be more emotion in the game. Here's, I believe this is Marcus Stroman throwing his hand up after a strikeout. So you're going to have little fist pumps and stuff like that. That should be awesome to see. Another shot of Stroman. Looks like he's staring down a batter after he struck him out in this. That's pretty nasty. And a great shot of him from the ground looking up. I wonder if the dome's going to be retractable in the game. That'd be kind of cool. I don't believe it has been in the past. They did say they've been doing some stuff with weather. Would be kind of cool if you start a Blue Jays game with the roof open, and then it starts to rain a little bit and the roof closes. That'd be pretty nuts. If they did that, that'd be awesome. Next up, a picture of Griffey, just cause he's Griffey. Looking like a boss here. Mouse, you could close it in 17, but would it close during a game? Is the question I don't remember the answer to. I don't think it did. I think if it was open or closed, it was set for the whole game like that. I didn't think you could do it mid-game, which would be cool if they added something like that this year. Here we go. We got a new pitcher for your DD. Doc Ellis, one-time All-Star 1971 World Series winner with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Claim to fame, I believe he has mentioned that he never pitched a game sober, either tripping on LSD or other recreational drugs. 138, 119 career record, 1.288 whip. His big season was 1971, which was that World Series year. He finished fourth in the Cy Young and was an All-Star. 1909, 3.06 ERA through 11 complete games, 226 innings. Only struck out 5.4 per inning. So this guy's not going to be a big strikeout threat if you're on the mound. Also, 8.2 hits per 9. Feels like it's a lot. and .6 home runs per 9. I just don't know how many. With some of these new legends, I just don't know how many cards they're going to be able to get out of them. Like, what are you going to get from Doc Ellis? Like, you're gonna make that All-Star card, a rookie, I guess, and then what? Impact veteran when he was 32 years old with the Rangers when he went 10-6 with a 2.90 ERA, I guess. So maybe you sneak 3 cards out of him. He was only in the All-Stars one time, didn't win any awards. I guess you've got 3 cards out of him. Maybe if you're pushing it. I don't love when they go with like, oh, let's just give this guy a couple garbage cards just to be safe. Mouse in the chat says he could be a Pirates collectible card. That is definitely a possibility. Next up, we got Wee Reese here. If you did not see the movie 42, go watch it. He did spend 3 years in the military service during WW2. Hall of Famer, 10-time All-Star, won the 1955 World Series. Kind of a monster. And again, his prime years kind of cut short because of World War II. He did not play in his 24, 25, and 26-year-old seasons. But still, able to put together 2,170 hits, a 269 batting average, more known for his glove, really, and team leadership. 126 home runs, 330 doubles. Let me get his fielding percentage. 962 fielding percentage at short. So he should be out there playing some defense. We got another picture of him coming up soon, playing defense. Oh, can I do this one? No, I can do that one. Some new stuff they worked on. They've done a lot to the catchers blocking balls. Here we got Salvador Perez getting down on his knees and blocking one. You can see him popping up real quick from the crouch and popping up ready to fire. Very excited to see how this works. Some of the stuff Ramon mentioned in the gameplay streams, the gameplay videos they did with IGN and GameSpot, was that a lot of times last year, if a ball was in the dirt, even if it was right in front of the catcher, the base runner could go because the catcher was not going to pop up quick enough to make the play. Now, it seems they've revamped all the catching animations for ball blocking and stuff, and that should not be an issue anymore. He says it is not an issue anymore. I'll say it should not be an issue anymore. I don't want you to go out there and be like, it's definitely fixed until we get our hands on it and get some time actually playing with it to see how it looks. Another shot of Wee Reese playing shortstop. So they showed off some of these, some new Legend jerseys. They look really nice. I assume they just made them in the game. Really wish they would add an upload tool for logos. I doubt we'll see that, though. These look really good. So either they got someone that's doing really good to do all the catcher stuff really good, or they uploaded stuff. I doubt they uploaded it. I assume it's just the same thing. I do wonder if I didn't really go in to check if the fonts that they used are the ones that have been in the games past. They're probably new ones. That's probably why they were showing them off. So I would assume we're getting some new fonts and stuff in there for the team creation stuff. So hopefully we'll see more of that in their upcoming streams and stuff. Next up here, you got Trey Turner flipping the 2. We're going to be seeing more animations of the fielders and stuff, doing things in between. I believe they called them the idle animations. Remember when Sonic used to tap his foot if you didn't touch anything for too long? This is the kind of stuff that's talking about with that. So here's Turner calling for 2. You'll see more interactions between the fielders out there when stuff's not going on. That's pretty cool. They did say that they wanted it to be more like what you see on TV. So stuff like this, you're going to catch in a real game, but you haven't seen it in MLB The Show before. Next up, a svelte-looking Schwarber. Some of these images, I'm like, what are they trying to show us here? I think they're trying to show us that he's thin. That could be it. I'm not sure. The bat and batting gloves and stuff look like it's all from the past, but I could be wrong there. If you've seen these images, and I know Ramon has mentioned that there's more accessories and stuff. So if you see that, and I'm not seeing it in the picture as I'm looking at it, and you want to point it out, please feel free to in the chat here on twitch.tv/ThatSportsGamer, or if you're watching this later, down in the comments on youtube.com/ThatSportsGamer. Next up, here's a picture of Cody Bellinger sliding in to home plate. I wanted to show you this because if you look on his right sleeve over here that's sliding in. That is the Dodgers 60th anniversary patch. They just unveiled, I believe it was last week, maybe a week and a half ago. They just unveiled that. Oh, it was a new bat brand mouse. Maybe that's why they were showing off the Schwarber. Yeah, so this is the 60th anniversary patch for the Dodgers. I believe earlier in the video I didn't get a screenshot because there wasn't a really clear image of it. Mouse saying that Schwarber uses dinger bats, which weren't in the game before. And now he's using it in the game, so it looks like they are in. Yeah, so this is the 60th anniversary Dodgers patch. I believe it was earlier in the video. Maybe it was like right after this. They show, I believe it's Denard Span wearing the Rays 20th anniversary patch, I believe it is. But there wasn't really a good image of it. The patch is actually unreleased so far, but they have it in the game. I believe Chris Kramer from sportslogos.net pointed out that it's not released, but it is in the game. Which is kind of cool to see. Also, gold chain. I don't remember if we've seen gold chains and stuff in the game before. I know we've had like the fit and power necklaces or whatever you call those things. But I can't remember gold chains being in the game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't noticed them. But it looks like he's rocking a gold necklace right there. Here we go. We got Bellinger. This is after he scores, clapping it up. Showing a little bit more emotion on the field. Pretty cool stuff there. King Griffey Jr. diving, just because King Griffey Jr. making diving catches is cool. It looks like he's wearing the flip-up shades. I don't think they had the flip-up shades in the game last year. If they did, and they were like actual flip-upping, so like during an idle animation, you would go out there and see him flip them up and down. That would be pretty cool. Next up, this is the one mistake that I noticed that they didn't have. So they had that Dodgers thing that just got announced last week, but what they don't have, they have Tim Beckham still playing shortstop and Manny Machado at third base. Buck Showalter has said that is not the case for this season. Machado will be playing third, and Tim Beckham will be playing. Machado will be playing short, and Tim Beckham will be playing third. But I think what they were actually trying to show us here was this sweet play by Beckham. Getting all dirty, rolling over, and making the throw to first. Next up, another legend. That's the one legend I did not pull up his baseball reference page, but I'm going to do that right now. Also, if you're watching the stream, I've got my baseball reference t-shirt on. They did a thing a couple months ago, or maybe at the end of December. To order baseball reference t-shirts, so I got one because I use baseball reference all the time. Don Sutton, 4-time All-Star, won an ERA title, All-Star MVP, and Hall of Famer. I know him mainly as Braves broadcaster from back in the late 90s and the 2000s. But great starting pitcher, finished with a career record of 328 and 256. 3.26 ERA, 1.142 WHIP. Never really had a big strikeout numbers. He got like 7 per 9 one year. Did lead the league in 68 with 0.3 home runs per 9. What else we got here? 1972 led the league in shutouts with 9. Got 40 starts in 1974, which is pretty good. Led the league in WHIP 4 times in his career, so should be a pretty beastly card. Very much looking to pick this up. He played for the Dodgers mainly, but also the Angels, Brewers, Astros, and Oakland for a cup of coffee. So yeah, Don Sutton, another new legend at MLB The Show 18. Very excited to see him. Speaking of another legend, when they showed this clip, he pitched it, and who caught it? None other than Benny Santiago behind the plate. Listen, I'm assuming they only put this card in because the world loves his 1991 Topps card, where he's flipping the helmet back and looking up into the sky. It's a beautiful picture. If you haven't seen it, go Google 1991 Topps Benito Santiago. The card was so beautiful, they even put it on the box for the set. So yeah, go check that out. Benny Santiago, great catcher, threw from his knees. I think they added knee throwing last year or maybe the year before. But they need it because Benito Santiago hoses guys from his knees. If you haven't seen that stuff, go to YouTube, look him up. They got some good highlights over there. I think they did like a sports science type thing on him. I saw one video about it, thrown from his knees. So check that out. Next up, if you look at Carlos Correa in this image, he has the cheek guard in the game now. That's a new addition they had. That looks pretty sweet. A lot of people have started using that, and Jason Hayward kind of made it real popular recently. They have this one. I saw in one of the gameplay videos they had Stanton batting. I did not look to see if they had his special one. These ones kind of just look like the extension of the ear flap. Stanton's that he used, I don't know if he still uses it, was more of like a football face mask. So it'll be interesting if they have both of those in. So that'll be cool to see. If they don't and they just have this one, still awesome. A lot of people are using it. Correa, Javi Baez, Hayward, as I said, and a number of other guys. Here we got Nolan Arenado tagging out a base runner. Base running has been tagging has been completely rewritten by the guy that wrote the base running engine. So now fielders are supposed to be more aware of what the base runner is actually doing and be able to break out of his animations to do stuff more lifelike. So if a guy's sliding in head first, he's going to try to tag him on the hands. You know, if he's trying to do a swipe, go around the bag, he's going to try to swipe him and get him there. So very excited because I had lots of problems last year where I would be making a play and it's like, all right, we need to make this tag, and he just whiffs on a tag or doesn't know what he's trying to do with the tag. So hopefully this fixes some of those issues. I think we'll talk about that in a minute when we look at some of the stuff they talked about in the other videos. Die Hard Fanatics. I put this picture in because one of the things also that they mentioned is now the crowd is going to react more accurately as in real life. So if home team drives home a run, they're going to get on their feet, they're going to get hyped for the next couple of pitches and stuff. Kind of pretty cool. They're using some stats from MLB on the fans. One of the things they mentioned was like Dodger fans roll in late because of the traffic maybe. So early in Dodger games, you're not going to see a lot of crowd, but as the game progresses, they'll start filling in. And if your team's getting blown out, they'll probably peace out. The judges' chambers have been added to Yankee Stadium. As you can see, everybody's dressed up. They got their gavels. They got their wigs on. It's pretty sweet. If you have been playing along on the Twitter game and stuff, if you're following them on Twitter at MLB The Show, they did some videos with Aaron Judge and Gold Glove TV. Gold Glove TV? Mr. Golden Sports? I don't know. One of those guys. Doing bat flips and stuff. Judge won. Here's one of his bat flips, so it looks like a couple of them are going to be in. I believe they said they added something like 25 new home run swings and or 25 bat flips or 25 home run swings and animations and stuff. Added a whole bunch. We'll talk about that again after we do this. What else we got here? They have the shot of the Rocky Stadium. It does not look like they have the updated scoreboard. I don't know if that's going to be something they're going to be working on in the future. But if you've seen the Rockies scoreboard area, if you look here, it's like multiple pieces. Now it's just going to be one whole big thing. Even that Rockies logo on top, I believe, is incorporated into the video screen. I believe you can check that out at Rockies on Twitter. I know they've shown a couple pictures. Also, if you go to thatsportsgamer.com/bbdiscord, I'll drop a link in the chat, and of course there will be one in the YouTube show notes. Where is it? BB Discord. BB Discord. Boom. There it is. I believe if you go back a couple days, we were talking about that new thing. They were pretty quick to do the Cubs scoreboard redesign, so we'll see if they're quick to do this one as well. A little bit more emotion from the base runners here. I believe it's Arenado again, so they're showing off some good stuff with him. So yeah, he drives in a run. He's going to be hyped at second base. The runner's going to be hyped for scoring. The crowd's going to be hyped because they scored a run. And it's going to make the game look that much more real. I'm pretty excited for that. Here he is pointing at him. That's the completion of that animation. Boom. 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 What else we got here? As I said, tag animation is supposedly better. Here's Castillo tagging out Pollock. Benny Santiago from behind. In case you were curious if it actually was him, it is. Some more hypeness. Who is this? Is this CJ Cron? I don't think so. Some dude. He's excited. I'm happy for him. Then we got to the big news. Aaron Judge on the cover. And then they break out this. You see that number 3 in the Cole Calhoun. Thank you, Mouse. I think you are right. Number 3 in the Yankee pinstripes. None other than the man who points. Babe Ruth has been added to MLB The Show 18 as a new legend. How are we going to get him? I don't know. Probably going to be something big. If they do similar stuff to last year, he might be the Pepe Alazar of the game. Because, yeah, he's going to have 99 contact, 99 power. Because if you look at, like, the Ted Williams card they have out there, the 99, I think he's 99 contact, and then, like, 99 power versus righties and 87 power versus lefties, something like that. So, obviously, he's going to be 99s across the board. Also, going to be pitching, probably, if we get a rookie card and stuff. As Hazelwood said in the chat, great rendition of his face. If you're watching this, if you're listening to just the audio version and you haven't realized that you should go and start listening to the video version, now is your time to hit pause, go back, look at the video version, hop 30 minutes in, check out the Babe Ruth's face. Looks pretty dope. My only thing is, B. Hazelwood in the chat says that he thinks it's going to be somewhat easy to get. So there's a lot of Babe Ruth that you're going to be able to make. Probably from this game. He had multiple seasons where he was a monster. You're going to have the rookie card probably where he's pitching. You'll have the card where he pitches and hits. And you'll probably have cards where he's just straight hitters. So maybe some of them will be easy to get. Some of them should be hard to get. I'm just surprised they didn't do, like, rather than the All Rise edition, do like a Babe Ruth edition. Seems like Babe Ruth would sell copies if you put him on the cover of the game. I mean, you did it with Griffey last year. Babe Ruth might have more name recognition than Ken Griffey Jr. I don't know why they didn't do it special like that, but all right, it's all right in my book. I'm not going to fight it. Babe Ruth, you know the numbers. 342 lifetime average. Not many people know that he hit 342 for his career average, which is pretty good. Ted Williams' career average was 344, so he's right behind him. He also leads the history of baseball with a 690 slugging percentage and a 1164 on base plus slugging. About the 714 home runs, 506 doubles, 2,174 runs, 2,873 hits. Kind of did it all. What's the record on the mound? 96 wins, 98 wins, is it? No, 94, and he was 94 and 46 with a 2.28 ERA, a 1.159 whip. So yeah, he was a beast on the mound. He led in 1916 at 21 years of age. He led the league with a 1.75 ERA and 6.4 hits per 9. Did he not let up a home run that year? He did not let up a home run they weren't hitting home runs back then, but he did not let up one home run in 323 innings pitched. Pretty good. Especially because in 2016, just for curiosity's sake, yeah, he did hit 3 home runs that year. That was before he started setting the records, when he hit that big 11 home runs in 1918. So yeah, there's a possibility of was it 1921, I believe? No. 1919, 1918. Yeah, so there could be like a 1919 card of him when he led the league in runs scored, home runs, RBIs, on-base percentage, slugging, obviously because of those OPS, total bases, and he also went 9-5 with a 2.97 ERA. Could be good. Could be good. Also, there could be a 1918 card. 1918, I think he pitched a little bit more He went 13-7 with a 2.22 ERA, 18 complete games, a shutout, 1.046 WHIP, and also led the league in home runs, slugging, and on base plus slugging. So there's a lot of options for Babe Ruth cards. I'm very interested to see how they do the pitching/batting stuff with him. I wonder if part of the reason you get Babe Ruth in this year is that you put in that work, because you're going to need it for Shohei Ohtani, theoretically. So we'll see how it works with if he starts in your lineup, can he come off the bench or can he warm up somehow and get a little bit more stamina? So we're going to have to see how that works out. Also, it's probably going to have to work out for Ohtani as well. So that's the main stuff, or that's all the stuff that I picked up from the gameplay trailer. There are some notes that I want to talk about from the other trailers that from the other videos that I watched. I'll just run through those kind of quick. As I mentioned earlier, the tagging logic has been completely rewritten, and fielders are now aware of the runners and know where to tag them. They know if they're sliding, if they're running, how to go at them. The catcher has gotten over 100 new animations to help with blocking balls in the dirt, as we saw catchers getting up out of the crouch faster and more realistically. Pitchers are also smarter at covering the home plate on pass balls, which is good because sometimes the pitchers were really, really dumb trying to make a play when a guy was coming in from third. If you watch those videos on IGN or GameSpot, again, I will link them in the show notes on ThatSportsGamer.com and in the YouTube description from IGN and GameSpot. You'll see the new swing replays in the swing analysis. That stuff's really cool looking. Now you get a much more accurate representation of how it's going to look when your feedback of your swing, and you'll see how that looks now. Darts in the chat sends out the reminder that Ohtani will not be in the game to start with. That is correct. He has to play in a major league game before he's considered part of the MLBPA, and then has to get approved by the MLBPA after that for the game. You may remember that was an issue for, I believe it was Lance McCullers Jr. a few years ago. He made a start, and then like 3 or 4 weeks later, he finally ended up getting into the MLB The Show. A little frustrating. Hopefully they got Ohtani fast track, so once he makes this start, he's in the next roster update. Hopefully that's how it works, and we can get him. Again, so if he's going to be one of those guys, remember when he comes into packs in Diamond Dynasty, his price is going to be super inflated those first couple days. So you might want to just wait for him like a week or two, then pick him up. Again, as I mentioned, all new create-a-player skin tones. So that should look better in the game this year. As I mentioned, the crowd is more lively and relaxed to the game. If the team homers, they get excited. If the home team's getting blown out, they will leave. And they're using real information from MLB on that. As I said, Dodgers fans, and I think Angels fans too, usually get to games later than than other teams' fans. So you might notice the crowd is a little bit empty at the start of those games, but they will fill up. Branching animations to stop fielders from letting runners run wild. The thing that happened to me a lot last year, and Ramon specifically mentioned, I believe it was in the GameSpot video, like when you have runners on first and third, let's say there's a ball in the dirt, and the guy goes down to second, and you throw to second, and then he sends his guy home from third, you had no chance of getting that guy out at home last year. This year, you will have a chance where the second baseman or shortstop, whoever is covering, will be heads up and aware to get the ball from the catcher and throw it right back to him, rather than going through some sort of dumb animation that really gets you held up and made it literally impossible to ever throw at the guy at home plate on that. Again, we showed some screenshots of the more emotions from players, specifically pitchers and hitters. So you'll see a lot of facial animations, fist pumps when guys strike out batters in tough situations. Ramon also mentioned that pitching is going to be harder on all difficulties across the board. That's good. Some of the pitching was a little bit too easy last year, so it's going to be nice to make that harder. Hopefully they also make making contact harder, because I feel like there were some of these guys where you just had to swing like in the right half hour and you'd foul it off. Way too many foul balls last year. Hopefully they clear that up this year. New ribbon ball trail on replays. So you'll see that when you're seeing replays of pitches and home runs and stuff. It looks, I want to say it's more similar to the home run trail, but not really. Now it's going to have like red, green, and blue, depending on like how fast the ball's traveling. So that looks pretty cool. All the minor league stadium backdrops have been redone to look more realistic. I think Ramon said they went in and did all of them, like from scratch. Or not, maybe not from scratch, but they went and redid them all. So they should look a lot better. Maybe more reason to use those in Diamond Dynasty. I like some of them. You know me. I love Capitol Field. Going there, and they got the Capitol building out in left center. So if that looks better, I'm going to definitely play there more. I love that place. He also said a big thing they focused on this year was the uniforms. They've been completely overhauled, so now they look a lot better. Supposedly, the wind flaps on them better and stuff. So that should look cool. I did see people complaining about the red colors that they used for some of the jerseys. So we'll see how that looks in the real game when it comes out. He did mention specifically there's new mouth guards. The mouth guards on the helmets. New accessories and new brands. Mouse, it looks like the Dinger brand is in, which was what Schwarber was using. So we'll see that. They mentioned they redid the fog and the rain, which would be cool. Again, I think rain delays would be cool, or if they did something like in franchise with roofs that open and close. Maybe you're playing, it's starting to rain a little bit, and it's like they pop up a message like, hey, we're closing the roof because the rain's coming down. Break for 10 minutes. Maybe mess with your stamina or something. That'd be cool. Hopefully we see that. There's also going to be more home run swings and more bat flips. Again, if you haven't checked those videos out over at IGN and GameSpot, I believe they're about like 18 to 20 minutes. 18 to 20 minutes each. Very good watches. Ryan McCaffrey from IGN is an avid MLB The Show player. So we had some great questions. I was just watching the gameplay. He ripped a single through the right field side of the infield, and I was excited. I am ready to play this game. I cannot wait for it to get here. But while we wait, they did release the schedule of all their stream stuff, so we can take a look at that right now. Coming up on February 8th, they're going to have the gameplay AI, new features and improvements deep dive. I believe this is all going to be on twitch.tv/ what is it, Sony San Diego? Or San Diego Studios? Let me find that. I want to be completely right. I don't want to give you bad information. Twitch.tv/ Sony San Diego Studio. Yeah, Sony San Diego Studio. And I'll put the link in the description on YouTube and the show notes on ThatSportsGamer.com. They're going to be doing GameStop Monday videos again. That's going to start on February 12th. Then February 15th, which is another Thursday. So they're going to do these streams on Thursdays for the most part. Depending on how much information is in there, we will try to do Bullpen Banter that night, following it up, talking about what we saw and our impressions of that stuff. But depending on how much stuff is in these, maybe we won't get enough time to process it all that night. We might do them Friday, following up on them. But if we do that, make sure you're following us on Twitter. You can follow me at ThatSportsGamer. You can follow Mills at MillsGamingTV. And of course, SnaggleJ at SnaggleJ. Because I'm sure we'll be talking about it on Twitter as we see the stuff happening in real time. So it looks like, I don't know what they're saying, the little things deep dive. I don't know what that new thing is. Is that a new mode? Is that something new that we don't even know about? It's going to be interesting to see. So I'm very excited for the 15th. We'll see what that is. The 19th is another GameStop Monday. The 22nd, presentation and commentary improvements deep dive. Blank joins the booth, dynamic storylines and conversations, and a full speed replay system. So they got dots. Last year, when we were talking about MLB Network integration, the dots didn't mean anything. Maybe the dots mean something now, because also in the franchise mode, there's some dots. that seem to match up with something that Ramon said. So we got 3 stars and then 6 stars, right? 6 stars? No, 3 stars and 5 stars. Vince Scully, maybe. I think since they didn't match up last time, maybe they're not going to match up this time. I could see Don Sutton joining the booth in some sort of capacity. As I said, he did do the booth stuff for the Braves for quite a long time. He might still be doing the Braves radio games, but I could be wrong. So seeing him do some stuff would be kind of cool in there, mainly because he's got the chops. Mouse says John Morosi, could be him. Because the thing is, we don't know if these asterisks are accurate. With having Judge on the cover and Babe Ruth in the game, maybe you go someone more Yankee specific. Maybe you get a Michael Kay. Maybe you get a John Sterling. Both of those would be pretty cool to have in the game. But moving on, February 26th, another GameStop Monday. March 2nd, I believe that is a Friday. Also, all these streams are at 2 p.m. Pacific time. So it's going to be... So, I mean, we're going to try to do a Thursday night. It's going to be hard. It might be late because these are 2 p.m. Pacific. I leave work at 2:30 Pacific time, so I'm definitely not going to be able to watch them live. So we'll try to do them Thursday. It might be Friday. Mouse mentions it could be Jim Tomei, the letters match, and he just joined the MLB Network team. That would be awesome. If that's the case, he's not in the show as a legend right now, correct? Would be cool to get him in. Which is also kind of how they got Plesac and Harold Reynolds in. I don't believe they were in before they got in via the commentary stuff. So that'd be cool if we can get Jim Tomei, the new Hall of Famer in the game. March 2nd, again, Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, or 2 p.m. Pacific. Diamond Dynasty content preview from the Players Lounge. They got a bunch of stars here. 5 stars, so maybe that's 7 new legends. That could be the thing right there. I don't know. 7's 5 stars. We'll go with that. New legends, new programs, Paradigm. Paradigm? I forgot how that word works. Paradigm. Duh. I'm dumb. New programs, Paradigm, they're going to break down, and then a bunch more stars. I don't know what that could be. March 5th, GameStop Monday. March 6th, they're going to have a blog post about Road to the Show, the Road to the Show feature suite on the PS blog. March 8th, they're going to do the Road to the Show feature suite deep dive. Training points are a thing of the past. They're going to overhaul player progression with short-term focus decisions, etc. So that should be interesting to watch. Again, twitch.tv/Sony San Diego Studio for all these streams. March 12th, GameStop Monday again. March 13th, franchise front office PlayStation blog. Then March 15th is going to be a franchise front office deep dive. There's 6 stars there. He said a new thing is going to be called Phases is going to be a part of franchise. I don't know what that means. I guess we'll find it out on March 15th. Trade deadline prep, September call-ups, etc. So that should be good to see. March 22nd, MLB The Show developer tournament and Ask Me Anything. Again, twitch.tv/Sony San Diego Studio. I believe the game comes out March 23rd if you've pre-ordered via the PlayStation Store or GameStop. Though I think now also Best Buy and Target are in on that. So if you pre-order from them, you might be able to pick up your copy early. Make sure you check with your retailer. Or you can go to, I believe, theshow.com has all that information for your pre-order stuff. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. It looks like so far coming up in MLB The Show 18. I'm very excited. I hope you're very excited. We're going to be kicking off a new season of Bullpen Banter. We've got some new graphics and stuff coming. We don't have them yet. We're still in production on that. Should look really cool for you when that's all done. Hopefully we get some more faces on the screen. But yeah. If you get All Rise Edition, Mouse says if you get All Rise Edition from any retailer, you get it earlier. And all PSN and GameStop pre-orders get it early. So I guess if you got the regular version from Target or Best Buy, you are poop out of luck. Also, if you're pre-ordering the game with Amazon, I believe you can go to thatsportsgamer.com/MLB pre-order. Yeah, you can go to thatsportsgamer.com/MLB pre-order. If you do it through there, I get a little kickback. You help support the show, and that's great because we need support, I guess. These things cost money. New graphics ain't free. They don't grow on trees. There's a green screen I got behind me. Didn't grow on a tree. We're not using it yet, but we'll be using it more in the future. If you want to support the stream and the show, hit that follow button. You can subscribe here as well for $4.99 a month. If you really love what we're doing, you get a sweet emote in the chat and some other cool stuff. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, don't forget you'll get that free shipping on your copy of MLB The Show. But also, you have Twitch Prime. You get a free Twitch Prime subscription, which you could use here on the channel. I would appreciate that a whole bunch. What else? I think that's everything. As always, you can hit me up on Twitter at ThatSportsGamer. You can send us feedback at thatsportsgamer.com if you've got questions, comments, anything about MLB The Show and Bullpen Banter. If you want to talk about it, you can do it through there, or hit us up on the Bullpen Banter Discord. Last time I checked, we were over 100 members strong. I think it's even more than that now. We've been really crushing it over there. Lots of great conversations going on. Did just add some new channels for non-MLB The Show baseball games, so we can talk about Out of the Park, Super Mega Baseball, and RBI Baseball, which are all having new copies coming out in the very near future. I'm very excited about all that stuff. We're going to see the server settings. I want to see if I can get an up-to-date list of how many people are in there. Maybe... looks like we got 115 members in the Bullpen Banter Discord. So if you're not in there, highly recommend you go over there. That's where we talk about all the stuff first. Again, we're probably going to be changing the night of Bullpen Banter as the season goes on. As you saw, a lot of this stuff in the schedule is going to be on Thursdays. So we will try to cover it Thursday night unless it's too late. In which case we will cover it Friday. But during the season, depending on when content's going to release, when they're going to have their blog posts, when the stuff's actually going to drop, we are going to move probably away from Monday nights. We initially started doing Monday nights because that was the night of the roster updates. So if the roster updates, would they move to Thursday or Friday last year? Depending on what night the roster update's going to be next year or the blog post, that is going to be the new night for the show. So probably Thursday, maybe Friday, more likely Friday. Because I think the roster updates were coming out Friday last year, and then our show wasn't until Monday, so it was a couple days. We weren't really right on time, right on top of that stuff. So you played all week. You already know what happened to the roster update. We were coming to tell you stuff you already knew on Monday. That was pointless. Now we want to be the night of the roster update so we can talk about that stuff. And when events drop and stuff, you'll be able to learn all that information from us right here on Bullpen Banter, your favorite show about MLB The Show. What else? I think that's everything. I feel like we've covered a lot. Where did we go? We almost went an hour tonight just talking about a 2-minute video and a couple 20-minute streams. So I'm excited for the new MLB The Show 18. I hope you guys are too. Again, if you're ordering on Amazon, you can go to thatsportsgamer.com/MLB pre-order, all one word. That'll take you straight to the game, and you'll kick me a little on the affiliate fee, and I'd appreciate that very much. If you shop at Amazon a lot, thatsportsgamer.com/Amazon, use that link, and I'll get a little on all your purchases. And I mean, it's just a nice way to help out the stream. Yes, we got the new schedule that we're going to work on. New graphics are coming. I sent them to the graphics guy. They're going to be good. If you know my boy, go on Volt. He's working on that, hopefully right now. If he's not, I'm going to have to take him to Wendy's again, I guess, to give him the energy to do it. But yeah, I'm super excited for this year. third season of Bullpen Banter kicks off tonight, technically. It's kind of like spring training of Bullpen Banter. So yeah, I'm super ready. This is episode 69. It has been nice. But now it's time for me to get out of here. And that means it's time for you to get out of the bullpen and get into the game. Again, thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. And see you again real soon. Take it easy, folks.